How's it going, everybody? GetRec57 here, and we're going to be now looking over the Marvel Rivals Season 5.5 balance changes, and I am joined by my brother Noah. Say hello.
Yo.
And we're both going to be taking a look at our first reactions to the new balance changes. We're hoping to see some buffs, and we're definitely hoping to see some nerfs. Is that not right?
Venom, please. Get a buff.
Bro
I beg.
wants the buff. I just want the nerfs, man. I don't even care about the buff. Okay, so unfortunately my video got corrupted. So unfortunately we're gonna have to speed run through this, and you guys aren't gonna get to see our original reactions to all the buffs. I'm very
Around half,
unfortunate.
I think.
I'm making sure I'm recording this time. But okay, we're gonna speed run through this because we've actually already done this bit. But so Emma's getting a 50 health reduction. We both thought that that was a really good change. That she maybe needs a little bit more, but we'll see what happens. Penny, 50 health reduction again. Um, like we had said in the corrupt video, whatever. 50 health reduction. We thought it should be a little bit more, but again, we're gonna see because she's not too strong at higher ranks, so not a big deal. But we'll see if this makes her a little bit more manageable. The Thingaling, he is getting a bonus damage increase, meaning that his right click is now going to do 8% of the or 10% of the opponent's max HP instead of 8%, which is really cool. Increase the duration of the mobility field, anti-mobility field after his charge from 3 to 5 seconds, which is going to make the lockout for abilities really long now after that balance change.
And
Thor,
BP is going to get
yeah,
slaughtered.
BP is getting slaughtered again. Um, during Thor's flight form, he now can actually change the direction that he is moving instead of having to go in a straight line, which we thought was really interesting. A lot of technical uses that could be used for that. Blade, um, he got the exact buffs that I said he should get in my in the video I posted, the buffs and nerfs tier list potential changes in season 5.5. He got exactly what I said. They increased his hit damage on his sword by 2 for single hit damage and by 1 for his whirlwind, like his twirl slash, and they reduced the healing reduction percentage while he's in that awakened form from 35 to 25, which means he's going to get healed more in his awakened form, which is exactly what I said in that video. And while staying on the topic of that video, I also said that Daredevil needed a nerf, but a very small one, like a very small nerf. And guess what? They just removed 25 of his bonus health from the anchor, which is perfect. Perfect nerf. Exactly what I said. Not a big one. Very nice. Very well done by the dev team there. Human Torch got a lot of buffs as he needed it because he was struggling. So he got a spread reduction, which means that his shots are more tight, which means like he's gonna be able to do more damage if he aims correctly. His single cast projectile damage has gone from 5 to 5.5, which means like his primary fire is just going to do more damage, and there's no more there's less fall off at range for his primary fire, which means that he's going to be able to do a little bit more damage, or well, uh yeah, he's going to be able to just do more damage at range, which is really good. They're also buffing his right click to where you get right clicks 0.5 seconds more often, and the hit damage of his right clicks are going to go up by 5 damage each, which is a really good change. Phoenix, during her ultimate ability, her Phoenix is now going to just get 100 more HP. I said that this is like she didn't really need this buff. It's going to make her ultimate even stronger, and it's already a pretty strong ultimate. So, unnecessary buff here. The most enraging change so far is that Psylocke only got a 600 ultimate cost nerf. Needed way more than that.
This is despicable.
This is horrible. This is probably so far through all these. This is easily the worst change so far. She needed more nerfs. This character is so broken, and this is going. I promise you, this will do absolutely nothing. this is going to make her. This is not going to change a single thing about the character. She'll get her ultimate a little bit less often, but she's still going to be broken. And then this is where the recording corrupted. So this is where we ended off. So now we're gonna resume from here at regular pace and actually go through everything properly. So
Yeah.
we were saying that so increase the charge to Chth- Chthonian burst. Don't know what that is.
No clue. Don't
By chaos control hits from 0.08 to 0.1. Please let me know in the comments what that is, because I have no idea, if I'm being honest with you. Increase dark seal projectile speed from 40 meters a second to 60 meters a second, and remove spell field generation delay. I assume that's her stun.
Yeah.
So her stun travels 20 meters a second faster, and
And
it
instantly
removes
appears.
and it instantly appears and does the stun, which is really strong. We'll see. Her ultimate ability, the pull speed during casting, has now been increased, which means for characters without mobility, you're going to get sucked in towards her ultimate at a faster rate. So,
They had that.
that was added in the last balance change. They made it so that her ultimate now sucks people towards the center.
Great.
So it's gonna be really hard to run from this character now. Interesting balance changes. Was it needed? Well, maybe. I guess Wanda still isn't the strongest CPS, but again, we'll have to see how this changes her. This one in the middle is probably the scariest because it gives her a really. Because remember, that stun hits 3 times. So it's not a 1-time stun, it's a 3-time stun. So that should be interesting. Pun Pun is getting a buff for some reason. I don't know why this character is getting buffed. This character does not need buffs. Increased adjudication damage per hit from 19 to 20. I assume that's his primary fire on the. No, because his shotgun does not do 20 per hit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is his primary fire. His machine gun is just doing 1 more damage per hit. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but he really didn't need any more damage. That character already does stupid damage. Wolverine. I said this character didn't need a buff or a nerf. I said this character was fine where he is, so let's see what they do to him. If they nerf him bad here, it's a terrible change. But let's see. So Logan's ultimate just got a whole lot more freedom to leap, slash, and surprise his foes from moving. Last Stand ultimate ability can now target walls for its landing point.
Finally.
Oh my god.
So much.
Wait, that's actually
so good.
huge.
So you don't have to freaking search.
Well, you know what? No, but you know what this is really good for? Is, oh my god. I wonder how far you can go. Because you know what this. Well, I don't know. The question is because the reason why it was like you. Let's say you're trying to knock an invisible woman out of her ultimate, right? You know how like that circle can go only a certain distance before like you can't place it anymore? Now the question is, if there's a wall like 40 meters in the other direction, can you slam her all the way to the wall? Because that's important, because the further you can get her away from the ultimate, the better.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Let's go.
That's interesting change. We'll have to see how that works. Like, because the question is, can you pile drive somebody across the damn map as long as there's a wall? I think this is a really good change for him, because you know what this makes? This makes catching flyers a lot easier with this ultimate. Because now you can target the wall and pile drive straight instead of down.
Could you aim, because it says walls just in general, does that mean you could technically go up?
I wonder, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, can you pile drive upwards with this ultimate now? This is an interesting change. This is definitely a buff. So, but it's not a statistic buff. It's not a statistical buff. It's just a, what's the word? It's no, it's oh my god. Let me think. Hang on. Let me get holy versatility. This is a versatility buff. It makes him more versatile how he could use it. Well, that's an interesting buff. We'll definitely have to see how that works in game, but on paper, that's very interesting. Strategists. We better see a line of nerfs. A good amount. I mean, we
thought
definitely
Gambit
need to
was up
be.
next.
Yes, Gambit's gonna get nerfed. We all knew that. But we'll see. Ultron definitely needs help, but let's take a look. So Gambit. The Ace of Spades tell you about how much he folds. Okay, one nerf. And it's just to increase the energy
Barely.
cost.
Barely
That seems really low. Like, that seems really light. That seems like that doesn't do much at all. I mean, yeah, his ultimate needed a nerf, but that small of a nerf?
Like 4,800 would have been.
I mean, that's ridiculously low. I mean, this character's still going to be the best support in the game by far, unless they mega buff somebody. Okay, that's like I play Gambit on my support only account as like a character only, and I knew he needed a nerf, and more than that, he's still gonna be super strong. Holy crap! I thought they were gonna kill this character. I was hoping they didn't kill him, but I was hoping they actually made him bad, or not
This is
bad, but made him
bad.
balanced. This is too low. I mean, I agree. I think he should have 250 HP.
Yeah,
I don't think he
250 is,
should.
like,
This character has no
not
reason to have
bad.
275. All right, well that's
I
a
think
very
the
get
only
ready for another season of maybe even having to ban Gambit or like just a season of Gambit's the best support.
I think
Invis,
the only
this
reason
is
they
another.
would- I think the only reason they didn't lower it to 250 is because he has his damage form isn't it like melee only or something like that.
Gambit?
I remember seeing the freaking staff bonk. Is that
Yeah, well
melee?
that's not even close to his main. He throws projectile cards.
Then where is this health nerf?
I don't know. I don't know. This is everybody in their. This is gonna. I guarantee you because these are. Oh no, everybody. All these changes are all these stats are subject to change, meaning that this can be changed before the release date on the 12th.
True.
But as of right now, this is not enough, and I guarantee you every reaction video you watch to these stats, people are gonna say this is not enough. But anyway, let's move on. We've been on this for too long. Invisible Woman also needs a nerf.
What would be good?
200 to the ultimate again.
Why?
What are they doing? They're not nerfing them at all.
If they do this for every single.
This is not a nerf. I mean, this is nothing. These characters are still gonna. These characters are still gonna get their ultimate first.
Their ult at the same time.
Well, that doesn't. They had it before. They're both the same ult charge.
Oh, now they're okay, so they're the same. Wow.
It's the same thing. So they just made these ultimates come online. These characters needed entire kit nerfs. Well, maybe not Gambit's kit, but Gambit's health and his ultimate ability statistics needed a nerf. This is nothing. This is not a nerf. I mean, technically it is on paper. It's a nerf, but this is nothing. Wow, that's really. This is like the same thing. Okay, remember guys when Luna was broken in season 1 and they said, "Oh, we're gonna nerf her," and they made her ultimate cost like 500 more. What did that do? Literally nothing. People still played Luna, and she still had to be like permabanned. Like this is the same situation. Get ready for another season of Gambit Invisible Woman only. Okay, they've missed hard so far on these balance changes. Loki, I said he needed a buff, cause he did, but a very small one. I said a small buff, not a big one. Increased damage and healing ratio of Loki's. Yeah, W change. This is first support W change. I think that this is perfect. I said a very small buff, but a buff, and I said increases healing, so this is perfect. I don't know why they increased the damage. It's a support character. We really don't need damage, but healing ratio of Loki's doppelgangers. Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that, especially since it's saying the doppelgangers, meaning that the clones do 10%, meaning you can kill the 10%. Right.
Yeah.
No problem with this. Luna Snow, I said a buff. Again, I said only people. You know what's funny is people are going on my comments saying, "You're saying Luna needs a buff? Are you stupid?" I said she only needs a buff to how fast her snowball, the freeze, travels. That's all I said.
Yeah.
Because the snowball travels at like 5 meters a second. It's stupid. It's so slow. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of buffs. Okay, well, her absolute zero startup time and increased projectile. So that's what I said.
Yeah, there we go.
So that W, it should end there. It should end there, but let's see. New ability. Luna can now apply number one idol to herself, separate from the...
Oh.
when number one idol is active, 10% of healing to allies is converted into healing for Luna herself, and she gains 10% healing boost and 10% damage boost. No! Just no! She didn't need this? Oh man, this is going to make her really hard to kill, and she's going to be able to dual... I guarantee you she can dual DPS now with that.
I was like, why do they need more survivability?
That's all she needed right here. Because, okay, her survivability was bad, yes, but the reason why, like, you can live with Luna with a good freeze. That's why they needed to make the freeze more consistent. This is a W change. This doesn't look great. Again, we'll have to see how aggressive this is, but if this makes her, like, if this is, like, cloak bubble level healing, that's a problem. Because support should be killable. We're not, like, I don't think support should be immortal. That's why I think Gambit should have 250. Gambit's pretty immortal right now because of all the self-healing he does. And the fact that he can duelists. He can kill duelists. That's the problem with Invis as well, right? That's why I think he needed an HP nerf and she needed, like... I think she needed, like, a damage nerf to her primary, and they also needed to nerf her pull. They need to make her E, her push and pull, they need to make it an 8-second cooldown. But, okay. Alright, sure. I said Rocket didn't need any changes, and here he is, so let's see. Wow. Okay, okay. They increased the ultimate charge. That's not a big deal. He got his ultimate pretty quickly, so I'm not too concerned about this. Not a big concern. Yeah, sure. W change, I guess. Less support ultimates in the game. I actually don't mind that, even though I like this support ultimate in the game, whether I'm playing against it or with it, because it's a ultimate that if you don't kill it, it gives them a lot of value, but you can kill it.
It's not
right. It's not. Yeah, exactly. So, there's so many things you can do against this ultimate. Either A, when they put it down, you run away. You just simply run away so that when they go after you, they lose all the bonus to it. B, kill it. It has only 1,000 HP. Just shoot it. You understand how fast it's gonna die if you just shoot it. And C, it gives offensive potential. Right? I hate support ultimates that are just healing circles. Right? Now this is not a healing circle. It does give over health, but it's not a healing circle because it does damage boost. It allowed for a lot of cool combos. Venom ultimate combo, a BP ultimate combo. Even though Phoenix is broken, the Phoenix ultimate combo is a really good ultimate. So, I mean, did this need a nerf? Maybe not, but no, it's fine. Ultron, they gotta buff this character now, I haven't, to bring him back. I did see a lot of writing, but this character definitely needs buff, so let's see. Now deploy up to 2 drones. Just W change. I have no problem with that. The drones are actually pretty strong, so this is already pretty good. Allowing you to support for 2 allies at once. This is going to cause Ultron players to need a lot of cooldown management, though. Yeah. Now, I wonder if you could put 2 drones on 1 person.
I don't think they do, because it does say for 2 allies at once, not like...
Yeah, so I guess you can apply this to 2 different allies at once, which is pretty good, because you know what you could do? Is if you put one bot on your back line and 1 bot on your front line, now you're healing both your tanks and your supports at the same time, like both.
Don't forget that his little shield thing also applies to them, if whoever has the drone, right?
No, the shield is AoE.
AoE, sorry.
Okay, let's take a look. Firewall, so this is that's the shield, now requires a target with imperative patch to use. After use, Ultron gains 65 and the target nearby ally gains 50 bonus. So now it is an ally targeted. Plus the selected ally gains 20% movement speed and 10% damage bonus.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Oh, and they're increasing the ult charge that he needs. So this is interesting. This is very good buffs. Very good. I have no complaints about this because it gives more offensive potential. Right, I like the idea of offense, right? So the drone here is gonna give this is going to, again, I can't believe they haven't changed BP, because this is another BP nerf. This is another hidden BP nerf, because like now you throw a drone. Like if your supports are getting dive, you throw 2 drones on them. What are they gonna do? Nothing,
Be
right?
boring, yeah.
This is the ultimate anti-dive character now. And then this, I wonder if you want to use this. I guess you want to use this on like your aggressive tank or aggressive DPS. This is really interesting. 20% movement speed is a lot. So
Yeah.
that you can speed boost your Strange into an ultimate with this, and he does 10% more damage. We'll have to see how long this boost lasts. That's the question. It doesn't tell us how long it lasts. Anyway, and then team ups.
That's it.
That's all the changes to supports. Not bad. Like they had some W's, and then they had some massive L's. The massive L's. But okay, team ups. Is there anything here that I care about? Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's balance changes to the team ups. So let's see. So the Daredevil Hunter Punisher team up. Daredevil loses to 20. Yeah, okay, we knew that.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's it.
team was that.
Never mind. We saw this already. Forget about it.
Alright.
Okay. Let's get some final thoughts. Noah, let's start with the tanks. What do you think?
The tanks, I'm gonna say, is the best the best out of this entire roster of changes because it doesn't destroy any characters and it doesn't buff characters that don't need to be buffed. It's literally just perfect balance, as all things should be.
Okay, so you're saying that this is pretty good balance changes, no unnecessary nerfs. I like, you know what's funny is people were clowning me for this video, right here, right? Marvel. Let me pull this up real quick. Tier maker. Look at this. Look, let me pull it up. It should be here. Here we go. Look, people were clowning me for this, but look. So I put down here is characters that look at this. I said these characters in this category did not need a change.
You're
Okay.
correct about like 95%
Okay.
of them.
So Angela didn't get changed. Widow didn't get changed. Cloak and Dagger didn't get changed. Strange didn't get changed. Phoenix got a small change. Magic didn't get changed. Mag didn't get changed. Rocket got, again, a very small change. Squirrel Girl didn't get changed. Small change. No change. Small change. Like, very minute stuff. Like, these are, like, quality of life changes. Like, barely anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Spider-Man. I said he needed a team-up change. They didn't do it. I think they missed out. Mantis, I said, also needed a team-up change with Groot. They also didn't do that. But I didn't say they... Other than that, I said they didn't need a change. And guess what? They didn't get changes. Cap, same thing. I said he needed a team-up change, but they didn't change it. So, like, not a big deal. I said BP needed a rework or a buff. They missed this. I mean, I think this is...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they didn't do anything with this character. I was wrong on this one, but, like, whatever. I don't know how Bucky avoided a nerf. I don't know how Punisher avoided a nerf. Star-Lord, I don't know. I said he needed a small nerf, but I don't know how these two characters avoided nerfs. They definitely missed a lot of nerfs. I said Psylocke needed a nerf. She technically got one. Not a big one.
Nerf.
I said Penny needed a nerf. She got it. I said Emma needed a nerf. She got it. I said Gambit needed a nerf. He kind of got it, but, like, I mean...
Same thing with
Not
Invis.
really. Same thing with Invis. I said Namor needed a nerf to the team up. They didn't nerf that, so this is still going to be broken, guaranteed. I said Moon Knight needed a nerf, maybe to his damage a little bit. They didn't do that either. And then he did get the nerf that I said. I said a small nerf to Daredevil.
Yeah.
Got buffed. Got buffed. Got buffed. I said he needed... Got buffed. Got buffed. Like, I was literally right about all these. She got buffed too. I said a small buff. She got buffed. I said Mr. Fent needed a buff, and Storm needed... I said small buffs, these characters. They didn't do it. Whatever. I said Jeff needed a small buff. They didn't do it. Iron Man, I said small buff. Didn't do it. Same thing. Like, so these four... I think Adam, they definitely missed out. This character needed a buff. Everybody would agree that Adam needed a buff. This character sucks. This is now the worst support after the Ultron changes. I think that's not even an argument. They didn't buff Hulk, which they probably needed to do. They didn't buff Iron Fist, which they probably need to do. Iron Man, Jeff. I said they needed small buffs. Like, all these characters, I said small buffs, not big ones, but whatever. I think so. I was pretty good. Like, I think I had a pretty good guesstimation on like who was gonna get buffs and who's gonna get nerfs. Now, definitely like was technically wrong about all these nerfs in the DPS category, but I think everybody, like a large percentage of the player base, would agree that why is there no nerfs for these characters? Like, why is Hela, at least Hela and Hawkeye and Bucky,
They just
Hela,
nerfed
Hawkeye, and
apparently.
Buffy, they needed to nerf these characters, right? I said these five here, I said needed six. As these six here, I said needed nerfs, and they got it. Even though I think a couple of the nerfs were way too small. Um, and then Moon Knight was an arguable one. Like, I guess there's an argument for like not nerfing Moon Knight. I said a small one, but like it's whatever. Yeah. Overall, tank changes. I pretty much hit the nail on the head with the tank changes. DPS changes, I was completely right about Blade and Daredevil and Human Torch. I was completely right about that. I was a little bit wrong about Phoenix. This is probably unnecessary. Psylocke, I said they should slaughter, and they didn't do it. Witch, I said needed a small buff, and guess what? Small buff. Pun, I said needed a nerf, and they didn't nerf him. Wolverine, I said needed no change, but they gave him like a quality of life change, so not a big deal. I said they needed to nerf Gambit and Invis. They did, but not really. Not really. Loki, I said small buff because you don't want to make him broken again, and guess what? Small buff. Luna, I literally said this. I literally said this, but then they added something else. We'll have to see how that works. I didn't. I said don't change Rocket. This is a very minute change. So not. And then I said they needed to really help this character.
And they did.
So overall, I think they definitely hit. They hit some home runs and they hit into some double plays. 100%.
I think based off of the entirety of it, they got mostly wins here, but when they do have losses or like bad buffs or debuffs, they really made it bad.
Yeah,
Like,
they missed bad.
yeah, they're not missing by a small margin. They're not even hitting the board.
That's
Just,
yeah.
it's just
That's a great
awful.
way of
It's
describing
just
it. It's
awful.
like when they hit a W, they hit a big a W. But
And a lot of them.
when they missed bad. And the fact that Hela and Hawkeye are not, or their names aren't even on this list, is going to be a problem because we're gonna have another season of it.
Of just banning those two.
Yep. And the problem, the tank, like the only thing that we haven't taken into account when we're talking about all these changes is how Rogue is going to affect the meta.
True.
Right? Because let's be honest, the meta was kind of revolved around this character.
Yeah.
Because of his introduction, right? But now we'll have to see how Rogue shapes the meta.
How about we do this? What do you think the meta comp is gonna be with Rogue?
What do we think the meta comp is going to be after the release of Rogue?
With Rogue in
Yeah,
in
after the
comp,
release
is
of
everybody's
Rogue.
gonna be playing.
Or you mean like assuming that Rogue is in the comp.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's going to be Gambit and Viz 100%. I don't think there's maybe I think it's going to be Gambit, Invis, Ultron. Triple support. Rogue. The DPS is probably going to be Hawkeye or Psylocke.
I think they actually might have Magneto with that mix because of the team up.
Yeah, and then Mag, Rogue, Gambit, Invis, Ultron, and then a selection of DPS based on what the player plays best. But the best three is going to be Psylocke, Hela, or Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That's it. It's going to be the same DPS, the same selection of 4 DPS. I mean,
Same.
on my tier list, on my regular tier list, not on my regular tier list, I had Invis, Hela, Hawkeye, and Bucky in the top. I think that is not going to change. Gambit's going to be up there too. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all for watching the video. Sorry about the corruption error in the start of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. and we'll see how this works. Again, everything's subject to change, but we'll see how this plays out on Friday. Okay, have a good day, y'all. Say bye.
Have a good day.